I'm sorry, I think I was muted. Welcome to Sunday Sit with Sisters. I am joined by my blood sister Khadijah. How you doing, sis?
I'm good. I'm good. How you feeling, baby?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I know you wanted to kind of start off the show by giving us a Black History fact. You know, I always love those Black History facts. And let me get it up. Let me get it on the screen so we can share it, everybody. Hey, Khadijah, how did you get this Black History fact before we jump into it? It's like I owe due to our
Pull it
ancestors.
up.
Okay, I'm pulling it up now. As
Hey,
soon as I
Tiffany.
find
What's
it.
up, Kelly Cooper? Hey, Sister Belazar. Hey, Renita Harris. Thank y'all for tuning in. Black History fact. At one time, black men were called boy. Whites were called cattlemen until the term cowboy became popular. All of a sudden, they were the cowboys. There's always a background to history. So, just a little
Right on.
fun fact
That makes sense to
um,
me.
about the term cowboys.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about that? First of all, I'm glad you sharing that. Big up to our ancestors, always wanting to know those facts. But to me, it made sense because I don't know, and back in the day when a white man will call himself boy because he took such joy in trying to make black
Alpha
men
boy.
feel like they were children. So that kind of
Like
makes
boys.
sense to me.
Hmm.
Who else is gonna be out there working their ass off and still be demeaned? But
That
just like
part.
us, we take some things and it was meant to hurt us, and then they realize, we stand in our truth, and then all of a sudden they want to act like that's their history. But I ain't shocked about that. Thank you for
That
that
part.
fact. Thank you for sharing that. And while
Hmm.
we're talking about that fact, I'm gonna
And
share. Yeah, go ahead, Sissy.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I think we have a delay, but while we're sharing that fact, we wanted to big up this sister right here, just to show you how things kind of roll forward. This is a sister. Tell us about her, Khadijah.
Well, this is an 11-year-old cowgirl who made history as the first black cowgirl to compete at a nationally televised rodeo. She's only 11 years old, y'all, and she's that's bad. Like, we think I know it's when I was growing up watching all the westerns, there were never black people in it. And if they were working for them and they was running the cattle or something like that. But I thought all cowboys was white when I was growing up. You think of Bonanza, you think of Gunsmoke. Hey, Tasha, you think of all those old shows that had to do with cowboys, and it was always white people. And if we were in it any kind of way, we were cleaning up the barn, or we were brushing the horses. We were never riding the horses. So I thought this was absolutely awesome. Sauls, big ups to little girl doing a great job making history. I love it.
I love it too because sometimes society or whatever you want to say, we'll show like an 11-year-old doing some sassy stuff that probably she ain't got no business doing. But it takes skill to ride a horse. Like this is skill. She
That
must
part.
have worked at for a good while.
That is
Look how she rolling this horse. I am so proud.
I
Like I'm
know.
like, that's what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of young black girls, 11 years old, doing brilliant things, but that's not what people highlight. We tend to, but she need a
Absolutely
reality
not.
TV show. What is her life like that she could ride this horse like that? I would want to see that.
And
Like, I wonder what her parents are like.
and speaking of like And speaking of like 11-year-olds that they highlight as doing things, it's a show that's out where like the little girls do like a little drill team step, and some of their moves are so provocative. It's not even stepping anymore. It's really, gyrating your hips and pumping the air and twerking and a lot of booty shaking. It's not really even step, because step to me used to be like a drill team. You heard a lot of stomping. It was now that's not step. I don't know what that is, but it's not stepping. They moving like the college students move. Those are adults that are in college that are in the band or the color guard. Those are adults, but these are little kids that be doing a lot of bumping and grinding, and they call this stepping. So I just that ain't stepping. But yeah, big ups to her. She was taught as a baby. Sister Belazar said she was taught as a baby. Yeah, that's some hard work there. She was there. Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, that takes dedication and commitment and practice. And yeah, this baby's good. And
And it
I'm a little
shows
afraid of
you
horses.
how,
I don't want my horse to move too fast. So she got
yeah,
heart.
also shows you how connected we are to our ancestors because we know, we talk about
Hmm.
cowboys. We just shared that historical fact. And here this sister is hundreds of years later still riding horses with a
Keeping
cowgirl
it up.
stance.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hey, thank you,
Yep.
Khadijah, for that one. I love how we connected our
That's
ancestors to
awesome
the
sauce.
present day.
Of
That's
course.
beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sis.
Absolutely.
Stop sharing. At some point in this, Khadijah, because I gotta find what I did with all them dang flyers. At some point though, when I find them, then I'll big those up. I just forgot to pull them up, but I'll get to them in a minute as soon as I find them. It's all good. A lot of
Each
stuff
week
going
as we
on.
come on, we're going to try to highlight we're going to try to highlight different events happening here in Sacramento because people say there's not a lot to do in Sacramento. It just depends on what you're looking to do because there are a lot of great things happening going on. So we'll be highlighting different events each week as they come up. Tiffany says, "Have you seen young girls in church dancing to a remix of Never Would Have Made It and cut rap?" Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Wait,
And
what?
first of all, it's called secular music for a reason. Okay, that's for outside the church walls. That used church supposed to be something sacred that you come to. You're not supposed to bring the streets into the church. Did you see the clip running around? I'm gonna send it to you, Tiffany, where they're singing "Twin, Where Have You Been?" I don't even know the words, but and they in church and the girl she started bumping the casket and everything. The old people look so damn disgusted in that church, and it's like this is a funeral. Like this is your last goodbye. It's like yeah, I saw that. That's twerking. They was in church twerking to that anyway. Yeah, I seen it. Sister Belazar said,
Yeah,
that was a wonderful lesson, especially how they're trying to take over everything and don't recognize that we are the founders of a lot of other stuff. For instance, the country music, how they trying to, sorry, I gotta open it up, trying to take everything uh, that belongs to them. Yeah, and they know they ain't. White people ain't never originated anything
that's real talk. Well, I'll say this
except
just
for the
for
Bible,
yeah,
Christian.
Miss
Go ahead.
Fitz, yeah, Miss Fitz. I, what the heck is I gonna say, girl? I done one of my own thing. Okay, I'm back. So, what I was gonna say was, I think that
That's all
young
right.
people, anything that young people know, we got to be honest and know that that's something that we okayed, and because we have this need sometimes in religion to have young people in it, that we'll accept things. And so now, sometimes, even when you go to church, a person told me that it's okay to have a low cut blouse and sit on the front row, because that's how they get noticed and recognized. I thought to
Um,
myself, who the hell told you that? Who told you that? Like, why would you need to? But that's a moral thing, because
it
when you, I don't know,
absolutely
I just
is.
feel like when I see us doing things that kind of disgrace um, a spiritual practice or religious practice, somebody
Hmm.
has to okay that. Because back in the day, you wouldn't even go to church with a miniskirt on. Because the church mama would bring your ass a
And
shawl and drape it over your
I was about
legs.
to say that. Yep.
Yeah. So, but somebody
Hmm.
okays that. That's because we don't want to be checked when we have bad morals ourselves. Like the case in point, I think this would be a good segue into the father that heard about his son bullying the girl that was slow, and he made her apologize. I made him apologize to the girl that's slow, and he
And
had
give
to
her
give
a
her a
gift.
gift. And I just thought to myself, that's a great father.
Hmm.
This is the video right here.
Hmm.
There's a little girl right here. You know how you have kids, she looks normal, but the girl is slow. And I guess he had been picking on her. And his dad, basically made him write her a letter to apologize. This is the boy apologizing to the black girl over here, not the white kid right here. And then he gave her a little
That's the
gift, and he said
teacher.
he was, oh shit, I'm sorry. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like how many parents, knowing that their kid did something wrong, instead of being like, well, he playing, like, no, what you did was wrong, and you're going to apologize. Because most of us would
Or
stand
they
there and
would
be
say
like,
something like, or they say
go
something like,
ahead.
"Oh, he didn't know she was special needs." The thing about this video, we can't just play the audio. It's the tone in which the father is holding his son accountable. Not only did he write the note and give it to him, but the boy is trying to whisper it, and his dad's like, "No, the same way you was talking loud to her when you was bullying her, speak up, let her hear it." And this just, the authority in his father's voice is like, "I don't know who you're trying to be, but that ain't who I raised you to be. So get it together." And I think if more parents were holding their children accountable, we would have less bullying. And to back up to the thing when you were talking about people had to change they changed to get young people in the church. There was a time that they had that the church would change you. You're not supposed to change the church to fit people. People supposed to change to be a part of the church. And it's like everything is flipped around now, where you're allowing anything inside the church house so that you can have members or have a congregation. When before people would come to church and you would see a change in them. And so now everything is just flipped around backwards and weird. But yeah, this is an awesome that's a great story. And the father, it was just, and the little, she was so happy, y'all, when she got her gifts. I mean, she was just like, her hands got the fluttering. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Sister Belazar said, being an usher, I noticed a whole bunch of that stuff was stopped when the mothers of the church was trying to teach the young ladies the proper way of dressing. They won't come to any of the circle meetings. So all the stuff going to be explained. So it was up to the leaders, and the leaders sometimes don't want to make the change. They wanted to keep accepting people and talking about meeting them where they at. No, they need to be taught the right way. Yeah, it's the leaders. It's the end of those church. Is it more on there? Hold on. Okay, I'm fine. I gotta go on my phone. Um,
That's, but
explain to
that's
accepting
that.
people. Mm-mm. About meeting them where they at. They need to be taught the right way, acceptable. It's the end of those churches that accepting this bullcrap. Yeah, it's the end. Because yeah, I agree, Sister Belazar. I
Yeah.
totally agree. It's like the churches are changing to. It's about it's about quantity and not quality of what you're teaching. It's about just having big numbers. Hell, what we do inside these four. We can come in here and remix. Never would have made it into a twerk song. We can come in here with our cleavage out. We can wear light tight skirts with high slits. We can come in there smelling like marijuana. We can come in there smelling like alcohol. Nobody take it to the side. There's no me. There's no accountability for any ashes. Just as long as we got the pews filled, and that's how a lot of churches operate nowadays,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm just very grateful for this father. So speaking of fathers, Khadijah, understand that Mr. Mike Epps is in the news. And you brought this to my attention. Give us some background on what's happening with
Yeah.
Brother Mike Epps.
So as we know, my guest was just recently on All the Smoke podcast, which is a good podcast. I said on one of their live tapings. Anyway, and he was talking, discussing his family, and I guess he has a new set of children after his first wife, that are what they more light-skinned women, the women that Cat Williams described. You know how they have to get that certain look. So that's what his new person looked like, and the children look different. And he went on to say how ugly his first wife, the first person he had children with, how black and ugly she is, and the daughters are very ugly like their mother, meaning their complexion and everything else. So yeah, Mike Epps turned out to be a little colorist, a little
Wow.
color strut. Yeah, if it's another
Wow.
part I sent you where they had like the exact verbiage that he used that I had sent you, but yeah, he's turned out to be a little colorist. He doesn't have anything to do with
This
his
nigga
darker
50.
children.
Wow.
Hmm.
See, I don't know about y'all, but like for
Yeah.
instance, when and I want to know what y'all think about that. I mean, see, this is the stuff when we talk about colorism, we'll blame this shit on white supremacy, but that's not a white person saying that to his kids. It's a black man saying that to his black kids. Nobody want to hear nothing about
His
this is
black
white
daughters.
supremacy.
Hmm.
No, this is him being the colorist. I hold colorists to they shit like I would hold a white supremacist. I've never, I mean, I don't really have a lot of dealings with people who are white supremacists. So, I don't really deal with colorists. Like, I probably would never support anything else he does. That's how I felt about Tate Diggs when he made his little racist comment about taping the show with all these black women, made him miss his white wife. And ever since then, I ain't never supported not one thing this fool did, not one. And that's also in the language. He probably thought it
Mm.
was okay to say some shit like that, but then want to act
Yeah,
like
he thought it
he
was funny. Hmm.
faces black people. Like you just gonna treat us like shit and think it's funny? That ain't cool, y'all.
Hmm.
You know,
Not at all.
Sister Bella saw had a comment, Khadijah.
Wow, that's sad that you would turn on your children like that. If they're your blood, it doesn't matter what their skin is. Oh, I am so disappointed in Mike Epps. Yeah, I am too. I really am. And just the callous way that he talks about. I guess it's a video. I sent it to you, Linus, and he was talking about his daughters being little bitches, and it's like, wait, what is going on? Like, those are your daughters. I don't know. It's like no respect for anything anymore. Respect is not even a word that people comprehend, because that's self hatred at its finest. To be honest,
Yeah, yeah. I just Khadijah. I'm really not shocked. I mean, I'm not trying to be. I don't know Mike Epps, but I'm not shocked because I hear this a lot. If you listen to hip hop music, if you're watching black, so-called black
Mm-hmm.
television, and you don't never see dark-skinned people on love interests or being held up. We see racially people who don't, that they could be mixed with being black like 20 years ago or some shit like that. Like it's always these people who don't look like black people. And so these aren't white people casting, these
Mm-hmm.
are black people casting. So we get to see people like Lupita and the other sister from the Walking the Night, I mean the Walking Dead or whatever it is, those chocolate African
That played
sisters.
Michonne, yeah.
They, yeah, they were cast by white people. They weren't cast by Tyler Perry. They weren't
Mm-hmm.
cast by Oprah Winfrey. They weren't cast
Nope.
by Robert
Nope.
Reed. They were
Lee
cast
Daniels.
by white lead them. They weren't cast by them. Because the only thing they see with dark skinned people is for them to be fat mammies and precious. Like that's what they're looking for. And I'm pissed
Or
off because
desperate black women.
yeah, we know that black girls are struggling right now to love their black selves as they appear. And this does not help because I think a lot of black men feel like this nigga right here, and they say it in their music, who they show up with in their arm. Like, y'all, we can't deny that. We love to act like being black is black. No, boo, there's levels to this shit. There's levels to it. There's always been levels to it. Always. Think I'm lying? Get the book called Brown Sugar. And it gives you 80 years of black Hollywood. Watch it. Watch Lena Horne. Watch Dorothy Danridge. Watch Diane Carroll and how they had to present themselves a certain way to be like white women. They couldn't come out. You ain't gonna see no chocolate person in that formation. So anyway, don't get me started.
Not at
But I
all.
just feel like shit like that pisses me off
And
because
and and just
half of them is half of his daughter is him.
that part.
Go ahead, sis. I know we have a delay. Go ahead,
And
sissy.
and just to piggyback on what you were saying, yeah, to piggyback on what you were saying, my son, we were watching documentaries all day, and he wanted me to watch this documentary. I think it's on Prime Video about Ananias. I can't remember his name. It's a basketball player. And I said, well, is he married? Like, is his wife white or not? Because if it's somebody married to a white person, I don't want to sit here and watch this nigga put down black women or talk about how great his mother is, and then it's a white girl in his arm. Of course, we looked this fool up and she wasn't black. I said, yeah, so we're not watching that because I want to see somebody that's promoting a healthy black lifestyle with a black wife and black children and black family unit. So we didn't even watch that, but that just backs you up. Like it's like anybody it's like the niggas now that's doing paper bag tests and not even paper bag. It's like a napkin test. These days, it's like a napkin test where you got to be light, bright, damn near white. I used to hear that when I was younger. That really is like prevalent today, really prevalent. If you look at a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
conscious rappers that talk about black this and black that, most of their wives are mixed breed. Nothing wrong with it. Love who you love, but that's not a fucking coincidence. It's not a coincidence that out of 10 conscious rappers, 8 of them have very light skinned mates. But they telling us black is where it's at. Like, get the hell out of here. That is just, and they still was not accepted. Exactly. White people gonna remind you who you are all the time, all the time. You can get, yeah, they're gonna remind you who you are.
Yeah, this
Go
just
ahead,
made me
Rolanda.
sad. And I'm with you. I just know sometimes people feel some way when we have this discussion around colorism, but I'm gonna bust it out every time it show up. I don't purposely don't hang with certain people because they colorist.
That part.
I hate inferior niggas. I do. Excuse me. God forgive me. But I hate an inferior nigga. I just can't stand them. You get to hear them every light skinned girl. Oh, she's so pretty.
It's
She got
draining.
good hair. I said, this inferior motherfucker. Like, I can't, no. I don't care if they drag her ass. And then that makes me not want to fight for people who are inferior. I'm not going to fight. I'm like, let the white, they can have them. That's why everybody can't go. Everybody is not my brother and sister. I'm so past that stage in my life. Some of y'all just waking up. So you're going to be like, oh, black power. Yeah. Yeah, you fucking 50, you fucking 80 years old just getting there. I ain't got time for that shit. You almost dead. I just don't have time. You know how I feel about that shit. I'll be like, I don't want to hear what this nigga got to say. I just don't want to hear because
Sorry,
it
y'all.
just gets
This damn
ridiculous.
Londa.
And you know I ain't lying. That shit gets so ridiculous because you just waking up and you don't produce children in the world and they had to put up with your ignorant ass this whole time. This whole time. Sorry.
And
That's
now
a pet
you
peeve
walk.
for
I
me.
can't. No, no, no. I'm just laughing because I'm in total agreement with you. And not only do they I think our tolerance. I don't want y'all to think we be on here bashing people that are conscious. We not, but we've been knowing who we were for a very long time, and some people just realizing it, and then to see them get on different social medias and try to make people feel bad for not being supposedly woke. And this motherfucker been sleepwalking for like 60 years. I think it's comedy. You know what I mean? So it's just like stop it. Sister Belazar said, and these Africans thinking they about to take over the world. Michaels is going to put them in their place. They going to become niggas just as well as everybody else. Oh shit. Yeah. Yep.
Ignore the Michael.
There's some
Who is
arrogant
that?
Michael Pardon. Why that name sound
Who is
familiar?
that?
Hold on.
Sister
I'm
Bellator,
about
who
to
is
look it
that?
up. That name sounds
Okay.
yeah, that name sounds familiar. Wow,
Yes. But if you really know Africans, they are
she about to
it's
put us
different
up
when
on
you've been
game.
niggered. Hold on. It's different when you've been niggered in your own land. You understand what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
very different than niggas in your own land. See, we were taken away, kidnapped, bought, sold, however we want to dress this shit up, got over here, and they tried to make us into niggas. Some of them they succeeded. Let's keep it all the way a buck. They succeeded. However, we can say, hey, you know, all of this shit happened to us. We don't know. No, the white man went into Africa and pimped these people, and some of them were willing participants
On they
on their
mm,
land. That's different when somebody come in your house and mess you up in your house. We were taken away and forcibly do it. They over there in their own language, own
and
culture, and
stripped
they
from
niggas.
everything we knew. Mm-hmm. Mm.
They on their own homeland,
Welcome
speaking their
Zion.
own.
Welcome Zion. Hey Tanya.
Yeah,
Hey Tanya and Christy. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just saying hi. He was in here.
yeah. So
Yeah, I mean
that's all I'm
that's a
saying. But
history
this,
fact a lot of people don't know. For some reason,
yeah,
that's a good little history lesson that you just gave right there because some people assume that all Africans come from royalty or they don't have their own stuff in their country where white people fucking with them and have and so that was a good little history lesson. That was a good little lesson for some people who may not know. And I'm not sure who
we do it.
Michael Parton is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, she said that was a mistake. So okay, oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Okay, Mike.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I can see Africa taking over now. Right now, they being taken over by China. So I don't know exactly, but and then the Arabs is taking over from the. I don't know if that's the what's that, the Middle East, or I mean, Africans got their
Middle
own
East.
problems there, because the only way that Arabs,
They own
white
shit
people,
to do.
Chinese people can take over Africa if they help them do it. These people have more
Well, that's
degrees
the
than
same
probably.
way they took us from Africa.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, come
And
on.
we want to get it
But
and
I'm just saying some of
we
these.
want to get into it. That's the same
Yeah,
way we got here. They had participants
yeah.
helping them to get us on them goddamn boats and get us up over here. So we got to be real about our history. We're gonna
But
tell
for
it. We got to
God's
tell it
sake,
all.
and for God's sake, some of these dumbass celebrities, I don't mean to sound like Judge Mathis, but cuss your kids out offline. What the fuck is y'all online for? Like, why are you online? Cussing out your kids and shit. Like, what's going on? Why, Monique? Shut the fuck up. People got receipts. Come
We
on.
can go
If
down the
you say,
line.
my daddy, I hope you learn how to obey your daddy. Because why would you be online doing some shit like that with your son who you know is struggling mentally? Imagine how his daughter feel.
Mhm.
I hope she gets some counseling, because
Mhm.
that hurts to have a parent, your daddy, a black man who came up in all black shit. It ain't like he Wayne Brady and this nigga been with white people and so he weird. No, this Day Day,
That
my
part.
nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do you say some shit
Yep.
like that with your fake Richard Pryor looking ass? Some of these niggas need ass whoopings. That's what I think. I think this is when you had a secret
Mhm.
mafia meet this nigga in the bathroom and beat his ass
It's,
up. You say some stupid more shit like that in public, nigga, you're gonna be a memory. The fuck wrong with y'all? The disrespect. This is her father. This ain't some nigga in the street. This is her father.
it's not one daughter. It's a couple of daughters he talking about. Tiffany
They
said yes,
black
they
and
do. And I would
wow.
also say and also we need to just stop supporting motherfuckers like this. Like his Netflix views should go all the way down. Black women should just really stop fucking
Yep.
with him. Any movie
Yeah.
he in, we shouldn't be supporting because we the ones that drag our man to the goddamn movies. They don't want to go to no damn movies. If they got them box office numbers because of black women, we take our kids, we
Yeah.
take ourselves, we take our man. They may
That's
pay
true.
for it, but we suggest it. So we need to just stop niggas that let us know they don't really mess with black women. We should not be supporting them in anything. His stand-ups when he come to town, this shit should be empty crickets. That the white people fill it up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
So
yeah, just not take the
when
support
white people
away.
don't,
I agree.
when
We
white
need
people see that
a
we ain't
whoop ass
feeling
comedian.
somebody, when white people see that black people ain't feeling them, they drop their ass. They don't want you if we don't feel the flavor of it. They don't
Because they
want
like
you.
because they like everything that we like. Anything that we like, we stamp it, and then they become popular and they love it. That's with music. That's with fashion trends. That's with anything. Anything that we put our stamp of approval on, that becomes the fan favorite. That becomes the most popular thing. We made Mike Epps famous by 45, 47, and quoting all his little lines and shit from all his movies. We made white people like, who they talking about? We got to see that. That was black people. We put a lot of people on.
Yeah, yes,
And then they get on and
yes.
want to shit on somebody or make ignorant ass comments. Like, nigga, get out of here.
I'm just really disappointed in this nigga. Like I don't even know him. I don't know him personally, but I feel sometimes with certain black people, I feel like, and that could be my cousin. And that, it's a kinship we feel with people. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna
Mhm.
give y'all a secret to how why Jewish people are so powerful. I'm gonna give y'all one of their secrets. These motherfuckers would discommunicate somebody in a heartbeat. When Madoff stole all that money, them Jews act like this motherfucker wasn't even Jewish. When they said we not supporting you, immediately your bank account be closed. Like they have a way of being like, we cannot support this person because they are against us. Because that's their premise. And I'm saying to myself, I wish black people get a little bit of that. Don't buy it. Look here, when Tate Diggs made that comment, I refuse to today to see anything this nigga is in. He in it, can't watch it. Can't watch it. We got to get that down, y'all. We got to send a message to this nigga. He need to go apologize to his daughter on a video, act like we some Jews, and what's the dude name
That
on
part.
Wildin' Out, and act like you Nick Cannon, and you want the Jewish people to feel like they are supported. I didn't mean none of this shit I said out of my mouth, and I'm gonna even put some Jewish boy on the show and all that kind of shit. He needs to do that. He needs to get like he needs to do what Gregory Hines had to do when all those women went to interview for the movie Tap, and he talked about how dark they were, and that shit got leaked because
You
that's
know,
what
too
really
dark they were.
happened
Yep.
to Tap with his funny looking ass. That's what happened in his career. And then he went to hire that
Mhm.
pretty chocolate Susan, the one of Planned Parenthood. They hired her to be his
This
love
fucking
interest.
Londa. I can't with
Y'all
her.
for real. Y'all got to remember,
I
y'all
can't
had
with her.
power. So he had to go get Susan. I can't remember her name. She played on the Parenthood. Very beautiful sister, Broadway trained the whole
She
nine.
just passed
He went and
away.
hired her. Yeah, he went and hired her.
Hmm.
He went and hired her because he said all the girls who auditioned was too damn dark. This is Gregory Hines' funny looking bubble eyed ass.
Bug-eyed ass.
How dare
We
he say
said
shit
the
like
same thing
that?
at the same
Yeah,
time. Sister Belazar
I
said
can't stand.
they will cut you off at the knees. Yes, indeed, they will. That is true, and I recognized it.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop acting like
They
he's
will.
a victim. No, the fuck he ain't. The nigga is he don't like us. The fuck's wrong with y'all?
Period.
Not y'all. Listen, I'm just saying, like in our communities, how do we even let Day even be here? Send a secret order out. Send them motherfuckers out.
Mm,
So they have a talk with this nigga in the bathroom,
part.
so he can remember who the fuck this is all about. That's why you can play Richard Pryor.
I
Don't
can't
say
with
because
this.
his wife didn't fuck you. No, nigga, you too old to be Richard Pryor. That's like getting
Mm,
the new Sugar Avery to be Tammy Terrell. She's too old to be Tammy Terrell. Though she looked like her.
mm,
That's my
mm.
girl though.
And Sister
Gerard.
Belazar said, I remember the story about Gregory Hines. Okay, I'm like Tammy Terrell. Who the hell you talking? You
I
thinking of
think
Marvin Gaye?
Gerard looks like
I remember the
Terrell.
story about Gregory Hines in that movie. That's why I fell in love with his brother and I cut him off. I didn't particularly care for him. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, with his ugly ass. So I'm trying to sing with Luther Vandross. Get your ass out of here. You rather be loved. I'd rather for your ass not be color struck. That's what I'd rather. I'd rather be loved. It was
This way.
Luther for me. It was Luther because I didn't want to hear your bug eyes singing "Rather Be Loved." You look like a damn
Yeah,
bug.
and he
Get your
couldn't
ass
sing
out of
no
here.
way. I
You
can't
really
with you.
couldn't.
I cannot.
Yeah. I'd rather hear Eddie Murphy, Rick James. Fuck
Oh,
out of
he
here.
couldn't. He knew that. That's why he got. He knew that. That's why he got on the song with Luther.
Yeah. Fuck
Can't
with
go
hear
wrong with
your,
Luther.
sliding tapping ass. Get out of here. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off for day day because this nigga that made me I can't because I feel like because I work with so many girls, and that's a lot of their issue. Because they'll be telling you black boys don't do
Yeah,
this, and I'm like, where the fuck they getting this shit from? This girl getting this from her daddy.
and we see it within sometimes within our own family when we have girls that never had a relationship with a man and all been feminine their whole life, and then they hit a certain age and now they gay, or they get with the first man that come along, and because they showing us some attention, they self-esteem so low because they've been taught their whole life. They only hear their parents say people that are beautiful don't look shit like them. So when you sit in there chocolate and you only hear your mama saying, "Oh, they so pretty," or "They so cute," or "Look at their hair," and you the complete fucking opposite, then we wonder why these girls, well, all of a sudden, we got all these little baby studs running around this motherfucker looking like, and then we got the other ones running around here getting with the first man that come along, whether he be a bum, unemployed, already got 6 kids or whatever, just because somebody's showing her beautiful chocolate self some attention, they attach on to these no good men. And so, hell yeah, they doing too much. Mike Epps, you're doing a little bit too much. Straight up.
Yes, yes. And it's the other part, too. I'm just gonna say it. Or sometimes you see
Say
kids
it.
get with people so they kids can be mixed that their parent may like them because they really like
Yep.
they mixed kid. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yep.
I don't think
Yep.
this shit cute because
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers be slow as hell. They be slow as shit. And you know what I'm talking about, Khadijah? Have my babies in special ed because you special. Now your goddamn kid is special. And you think because they mix and you can do their hair and all kind of fucked up hairdos that don't fit their shit because you want that because you weren't giving that attention when you was coming up. Cause you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm so sick of that shit. I be trying to stay out this shit. I do. I be trying to stay out the shit.
Okay, I know who you talk about, and that's so. I've heard people say, they purposely go out and find somebody that's not black so that their children can look a particular way, and then God backfire that shit, and the kid look like a double nigga, and it's blackity black. It backfires on them. So I do know people like that. Sister Belazar said,
Yeah.
"It goes deep." I remember, ooh, you guys, I had a whole appetite. Sister Belazar said, "It goes deep." I remember my grandmother asked me to make her a cup of coffee, and I asked her what did she want in it, and she got smart with me and said I wanted black like my man, but then turned around and discriminated against my mother because my mother was dark like her father. You laying down with a black man, how many times do you think your babies are all going to come out looking like you? Mm,
That's some
mm.
crazy shit. That
We
that's
seen
really
that
crazy.
too.
We definitely see that. We
We
had people
seen that
stop
too.
talking to each other behind shit like that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why they fucking when they died, they had the wrong shit inside the woman's funeral program. But her color struck ass. You know what I'm talking
Hmm.
about. My mom didn't even know wanted to be around it like
Tina, that just slipped out. That slipped out because I know people who purposely would not. No, let me explain what I mean by that. Some people really
Jesus.
go out to either get like a white man with blonde hair, blue eyes, or a Hispanic person, or you something so a child does not come out dark skinned, and the guy not only the child be dark, they have very coarse, thick original hair. It'd be the complete opposite of what you thought you was doing
Some
because somewhere
bullshit.
in their line somebody probably was black, and that shit came back to you, and so you gotta. That's why you gotta don't be trying to have no babies and think you're gonna advance yourself. I mean, just don't do it. Some people genuinely fall in love with people of the opposite race. I'm not talking about that. I know, like I said, I wish my sister would have married Yakayo, that he was a Jewish man. He was the coolest motherfucker Jewish man I ever met, cooler than a lot of niggas I know. Just to be straight up real. But it was, you know what I mean? He was chill as hell. Probably one of my favorite boyfriends she's had. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. But uh some people genuinely fall in love with people and they're in love with them. You know what I mean? Like they have a child and that's what's up, cuz they fall in love and that's who they have. But some people purposely go out. You don't have shit in common, don't know who they from, or know they peoples, just so you think your child's gonna look mixed. That's who I'm
Yeah.
talking about. And that shit
Yeah.
backfire, you have a double nigga. That's what I was saying. Yeah, black on both
That's
sides.
why yeah. That's why that Mike Epps shit hit differently. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And, back in the day, I just
Yep.
thought that and we have to recognize that comes from somewhere. See, the other thing with that whole colorism shit for black people is in the language. And sometimes you'll be saying
That
that
part.
shit in front of somebody like they down with it. I hate inferior niggas. I really do.
Hmm.
They're tiring. They say stupid, ignorant shit like that's a part of our culture. Be like, that ain't my culture, y'all. You from the dumbass tribe. I don't do shit like that. You know what I mean? Case in point, I'm gonna work with my babies, but case in point, some kids approached me about helping them do something for the international night. We get to showcase your culture. So I'm just a group of girls. I'm talking to them about, hey, we can do this. could do music, we could showcase this, blah, blah. One girl says to me, bless her little heart, because she's so chocolate. She gonna say, well, I can highlight Nicki Minaj. That is not black culture. That is an animation of ignorance. I'll say it. You talking about at your school, nobody respects the black girls, and you want to showcase Nicki Minaj? Another black girl in the class said, absolutely not. She said, no, that's not good music. Like they already look at us like we're her. That's why they devalue us so. I love that another baby said that. It wasn't just me. Like, is you fucking out your mind? We had international night. Everybody's showing off their clothes, their culture, and everything else. Because I won last year. And then when they want to show for black
Yes.
people, they had a bunch of middle school kids with BSU shirts on, and it was like everybody Mexican, white, black, mixed people, real mixed people. What does that got to do with black people? How is that our culture? Come on, family. But at the root of a lot of this shit goes back to who you came out of. So when Mike Epps said that ignorant shit to his daughter, and let me just say this, I'm really sick of black men getting new families and acting like they wasn't with the first black family. See,
Ooh,
that makes me
say that.
that makes me not want to. If the police come and light your ass, I'm like, why are you going out here marching for this nigga? He don't even like niggas. He don't even like the ones he created.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sick of black men doing that shit. I'm so sick of y'all.
And
So what you got with a black girl in high school and had 5 kids with her, and then all of a sudden you turned a new leaf, and now you got a new family. You like you don't even know these other 5 kids you had with her. The fuck? I'm sick of that shit.
and not only
What you
that,
gonna say, Khadijah? I'm sorry.
and not only that, I said, and not only that, it's the weak bitches that get with these men and allow them not to be a part of their child's life because they help and raise your family or help and raise your grandchildren or your niece and nephew got custody of. It's dumb broads too. I'm tired of them type of women who will be with a man, let him take care of your kids and not his own. That's a weak broad. Can't deal with him, don't like him. Y'all just as low as the man. Y'all just as low as the man. We got to talk about that part too, because once again, it's a woman enabling a nigga to be the bottom of the barrel and still sleep with this fool because my kids is cool, but he ain't taking care of his biological. Get the hell out of here and miss me with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's another thing that just kind of deterred me because I hear that from my girls all the time. My glasses look crooked or something like they look like they like this. But anyway, so I hear a lot of my girls talk about, well, I'm not in a relationship with my daddy because he got a new family. New family? The fuck does that mean? Like you his family, you his old family. You was his family before he even found this weird shit. Like, come on, y'all. Men, if you know men folk, y'all, and I think some of this shit we gotta be co-signing. Because why would they be so comfortable? Pull that nigga to the side and be like, look here. I'll do this with a friend of mine, even though he's a good dad. I'll be like, hey, how's your big baby girl? So I know you have a new baby girl. Like she, new to the family.
Mm-hmm.
They just, but what about the one that's, in high school? How's she doing? And then I encourage him, you make sure you go pick up.
That
I don't
part.
care if she don't want to come. Come pick up anyway. So you stand over here. Like go force yourself on her. I mean, like in terms of like her being a part of your family, include her,
Spending
even when
time
she
with her.
doesn't want to be included. Yeah, you know what I mean. But you'll be like, well, because I hear another nigga say, well, her mama. I don't give a damn about her mama. You the daddy, fool. You the daddy. Go get her anyway, till she old enough to do whatever. But go get her, because what I do know is a lot of black girls they're missing that link with their dad. That's why they be over here talking to no good niggas with no not born niggas. You know what I mean? Like y'all, come on, like go get your baby girl, because she
Mm-hmm.
is going to she is determining if your line's going to last. It ain't the sperm, boo boo. It's the egg. I have to tell y'all this. She the one that's going to determine if you're going to
Mm-hmm.
still be on the planet. So how you want her to really feel about men? Because her first relationship with a man is you, dad. Is you, daddy. And y'all, most of y'all, some of these niggas out here, the daddies is acting like spoiled ass kids. Well, my kids don't want to see me. Nigga, shut up. You know how parents feel
Most of
when
the
their kids acting fool?
Most of the time, it's the father don't want to see the child. It has absolutely nothing to do with the child. It'll be some shit about he don't like the mama no more. or the mama got a new dude, or the mama trying to turn the kids against them. It usually has zero to do with the fucking kids not wanting to see them because you never was in their life, so they don't know what the fuck they missing because you a part-time daddy, so they don't really know what they're missing. So most of the time I found that men will blame the mother of their child instead of saying
Mhm.
I was
Yep.
not there for my child. It be some on they be on some control type shit. Like don't be with the child but want to run how the child is raised. You're not even around the child. Like they don't even know you. So it's just weird. We're gonna get to these comments. Tiffany said, if
Yeah.
you can't take care of your own, then don't do shit with it for me. Yeah, yeah. Don't I would feel less of a woman if I took somebody's money, they take care of their own child. Sister Belazar said, that ain't no real man when you turn your back on your children. That's when you made your career when they was there struggling with your ass, and then now you didn't make it onto the top of the mountain, so you gotta change the horse in the middle of the stream. Give me a effing break. Damn, that's deep. Real talk. They talk shit about Kevin Hart. The one thing about him, he kept in touch with his older children, and he involves them with everything he does. Now I know that I've seen him do that. His children are very, yeah. He just did his wife wrong, but he is a very
Yeah.
present father. I gotta say that.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah. So
say that.
you could maybe have some issues with your ex, but don't fucking divorce your kids because you divorced your
Yeah.
wife.
Yep.
Because you know what the other thing is,
We see that
when your
coming.
ass get old, when you get old, and they don't want to do shit for you, remember why.
That
Remember when
part.
you were on top, you didn't take care of them. Remember that.
I ain't want
Just
nothing to do.
remember it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's another comment, Khadijah.
Very true. This happened
Mm-mm-mm.
to my son. His father was not in his life because he could not have me, so never came around. Found out that he passed away in the family, never told me. Now I am in touch with his father to introduce my son to his grandfather. Damn, that's deep, Tasha.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's why,
That's
see,
good.
I've never heard that story before, but I
I
just know
did.
all too common that it's always about the goddamn mama. Like, take care of your kids. Now, the family that knows about my son wants to be present, and I'm having a hard time having them there. I would take it slow
Yeah.
because that is the extension of it, especially if they didn't know about him or something. But if they intentionally knew and they didn't want to get to know about them years, I would just tread lightly. But if they didn't know, you never don't got to be no. I wouldn't send him out there for a long period of time and no
Yeah.
shit. But he should be able. I mean, in my opinion, I would want my son to know other side of his family, because that's part of his lineage. But if you knew
And,
about my child all these years, you ain't want to mess with him. Like, don't mess with him now. That's just my petty ass. That don't mean it's right.
and I
That's
would
just
say this: some of these same Negroes, Khadijah, these fathers we're talking about, they be hating on men who be in their kids' life and who take it soft with their kids. These be the same niggas.
very true.
Well, that's corny. Why would you? What you mean that's corny? He's a father. He's supposed to be there. He helping his daughter. I don't know, get her homework done, or having tea time with his daughter. That's his baby girl. He's teaching her how you interface with a man. Some girls go for knuckleheads because they daddies is knuckleheads. You know what I
And he's
mean?
teaching his daughter how to have some pure love with no strings attached. That's he's teaching her. No, they knew the grandfather did not know him. They are not trying to get involved. Okay, got you. Well, it ain't shit. He ain't missing none. Your baby found. He been found out this time with Xavier DJ, and I'm not caring about the effect this have on the child. Yeah, they don't be giving a damn. They
Yeah,
don't.
they don't think about none of that.
Mm-mm.
What be the main ones though?
It's
Hating
very
on men.
who are involved, and they're really childish, narcissistic, immature ass men. Then when you said they act like children, they act like fucking children. If it's not their way, if nobody don't believe their story, if you don't listen to what I say, if you don't empathize with what I'm saying, well, what about father rights? Nigga, get out of here. They say stupid shit. It's my child too. And the child ain't spent a whole month with your ass alone. You don't get them in the summer. You don't call them. You don't have no relationship with them. But you'll get
Mhm.
upset when another man who, could be an uncle, could be a school teacher, after school programmer, could be a coach, be mad as shit when they got support from another man. But you ain't there. You are
That's
not
real talk.
there.
Real
Um,
talk.
yeah, Tasha
Yeah.
said, yeah, I read her comment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a touchy
It
situation. And I'm
is
not gonna
deep.
lie. I think it hit me because I felt like when we moved to California, our dad did a great thing bringing us out. Y'all know I'm very transparent. I always speak the truth. But I felt like when we
Yep.
moved to California, we moved out here, and then he really wasn't present. You know what I mean? But he helped take care of another person's family. So this
So
shit
did.
touched home for me. Like, yeah,
So
I
did.
don't. I see my mom struggling and working 2 and 3 jobs and walking to work at night and doing all kind of shit, and my dad be in a diesel riding by honking the horn and shit. You know what I mean? Not actually, but that just would have seemed like he was out there living his life, traveling, had a whole new family, took him to Disneyland, did all kind of shit, and we barely got food on the table, eating fucking beans for 3 days straight. That's all mama could afford. So when the man get a new family and take care of them like they ain't got no old ones, I don't respect that, man. It's hard for me to deal with them. It's hard for me to be around their ass and hold my tongue. It's just very annoying. Tiffany said, yes, they do. My hubby was with me since my baby was 7 months until he died 17 years later. But her dad wanted to beat his chest and say I'm the reason, but it was the money. Shaking my head. When my daughter got him all the way together, he told me it was my fault. And I told him I will wear that badge proudly. Girl, the men
I
always
know
brain.
that's right.
And
Yeah.
thank God for
And
your
see,
husband. God rest his soul.
yeah, that's why I got to big up the dads who be there. See, I said
Yeah,
dads, not like my husband be there. No, he's a dad. He's a
period.
dad. He's a
Hmm.
father, not a sperm donor. So I think those are different titles. You know what I mean?
They absolutely
Another
are.
thing that pisses me off, I hear men say, well, the kids ain't called me. Dude, you the parent. You supposed to call him. Thank God for
Yeah,
mamas.
it's a
Because your
fucking
mama put
kid.
up with you when you be doing some real bullshit. She be like, I don't like you, but I love you. But I don't like you.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep.
but I also think a lot of these men get this idea of manhood and they only get the shit that backs up their bullshit. Because if you were
They
a real
narcissistic
man,
behavior.
you be providing, you be making sure your kids in this life. That's
So
right.
true.
That's
He
right. And I
raised his
told
five and my five too. Kudos to
that's
him,
a man
y'all. Kudos.
right there. That's
Seriously.
a man. That's a man and a father. So we definitely got to big them up. Thank God that we got them. Thank God. And I think a lot of men, and that's why I be pissed off when every time you watch a reality TV show, they showing these no good ass, bum ass niggas. I'm like, yo, come on. There's men out there that they take. I know men, you watch the other reality TV shows with the white folks, they man don't even be on a goddamn script. He's like, I got time for that shit. You know how crazy that make me
Come
look
on,
to
making
be in
this
here
money.
arguing with a bunch of fucking women? Like, come on.
And
Like,
then
y'all,
I have a professional career to upkeep. I can't be on here acting like a goddamn
yeah,
buffoon. Hmm.
yeah,
But we'll
come
get out
on.
there every piece of dirty laundry we got.
This is some embarrassing shit because that shit goes around the globe. They're not just watching this shit in our neighborhood. They're watching it in Egypt. They're watching it in Mauritania. Places where they really abuse and still have slavery. That backs up their
Hmm.
theory that maybe y'all were better off as slaves. Because Lord knows you motherfuckers don't do well with freedom. Some of y'all don't do well at all. Y'all need to have a whoop crackling on your damn back so you can do the shit that you're supposed to be doing as your God-given right. You can't even do that shit. Some of y'all only act right when you in jail, when you in prison.
It's a damn London.
That messed up though. The only time you follow the rules is when you on lockdown,
When you ain't got no damn
when you in
choice.
jail. That's some embarrassing shit.
We
Leave the
got some
comments and put them up.
comments. Uh,
Okay.
Nothing private no more. Shaking my head. Absolutely not. Tasha says, I agree with Tiffany. My ex-husband took my son and his father, and is his father and dad. The family took him as well. Even though we are divorced, he will be quick to say he is still my son and I allow it. I love it. I love
That's
it.
beautiful.
Sister Belazar said, you see how they treated with Russell Wilson when he was showing so much love for future son and want to get all the
Mhm.
credit. You done made all these other babies, but you ain't got time for your own son and want to talk shit. Give me a break again. Right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's glorified and allowed. A man taking care of his children or being an attentive father, changing diapers, cooking food, helping with homework is called a simp. What is simp about taking care and rearing your children and being a steady
Oh,
presence in their life and helping to uh, develop their character? That is not simp at all. A simp is a nigga who bail out on his kids, don't take care of his own kids, take care of somebody else's family, living off a goddamn woman. You know what I mean? Don't have his own. Got big fancy cars but don't got shit to show for it. Because a lot of these men have the best cars in the world. That's how they get all these women in the clubs and shit. And this fool ain't got nothing. Credit score is horrible. Ain't got no goddamn money. Living with an auntie, a sister, or a baby mama, or a new girlfriend. Like we got to be real with it. And so but once again, I'm gonna say, and I'm not blaming women, but we hold a lot of um uh we got they have a we have a lot of power depending on who we pick. That's how I'm gonna say it. So women that get with men who are deadbeat dads, you a deadbeat girlfriend, like you're horrible. You're horrible if you with a man and you know he got kids, don't take care of him. I'm going back to that shit again because I see it all too often, and it's
no,
annoying.
no, that's right
Shit is
on.
annoying.
You right on. Khadijah,
Hey, Elisa, thank you for joining us. What's up, player?
hey, so let me jump in this real quick. We be on some stuff. We be gone. The
We
Greek,
be all over the
you'll
place.
talk about that. I just picked it up on there.
Okay, so I guess one of the girls but to preach. I be trying to. Well, I ain't trying to preach. It just be some real stuff. So I guess one of the girls used to be in a Greek sorority. They didn't name which one. Her mother did a post saying she was so proud that my daughter's no longer bowing down to Greek
Oh,
gods over here. She's a prayer
it's the
answering.
Alpha Kappa
He's a
Alpha
prayer
sorority.
answering savior. Huh?
I'm sorry, it's the
What'd
Alpha
you say?
Kappa Alpha sorority. I was trying to tell you the
Okay,
sorority
yeah.
is
So
up there.
okay, I didn't even see it. So she probably announced it, and her mom was basically saying that in the Bible, you're not supposed to worship false gods or gods other than Jesus. They're Christian. So, what is your opinion on that? Do you think sororities worship Greek gods? And what is the real history of sororities? Does anybody know? Because I'm not really into any of the see you and all that kind of
Me
stuff and
either.
the pinky. I think it's beautiful. That's what they want to do, but it's just not, you know, anything that I'm into. So, what's your opinion on that, Reds?
Well, one of my devil cousins
Mm-hmm,
is a Delta, so I think they be doing like
mm-hmm,
scared or something like that anyway. And she's a staunch Christian. I think when she pledged, she was in college and all that stuff. They kind of use that. I've never seen her worshiping a Greek devil. I ain't gonna front because she loved Jesus, but I think they use that almost for like networking status.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's networking. They use that like to help each other get jobs and internships. And never seen her worship a Greek god. I don't see her with a false god with a ram's head and shit like that. I've never seen that in my cousin's house. Never, never. So I don't know how the fraternities are now and the sororities are now. I don't know about the men because men do strange shit. I don't know nothing about what they doing in their their fraternities. But the sorority, the few women that I do know who are a part of something like that,
Mm-hmm.
is mainly like a networking kind of platform. You know what I mean? It's
Is
mainly
that
like
how it
that.
started?
I've never known them. I don't know how it started. I don't know. I don't know if black.
Okay, just
My thing is I could probably be
I
wrong
didn't
and
know if it
somebody
was created. I didn't know it was created so black women that went to college could have something they can commune together with or create that they can be a part of. You know what I mean? Because it used to be, I was just wondering if that was why it was created. Let me get to the Bellas comments.
no,
You can do your
Khadijah,
thing.
no,
No,
I'm not
and they
exactly
won't
sure
let
how
you.
it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because how
Go
some
ahead.
things are created because we need something to bond with ourselves, and then people make it some other shit years later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you never know. Sister Belazar said no, and they won't let you get in, so it's part of a secret society. And when it becomes a secret society, it's against all God's words. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. I wish somebody is on here
I
that's a
feel like
sorority
some.
member. But
Okay, Sister Tina said, I feel like some do a lot of good in the communities, but personally, I couldn't be a part of a Greek organization, but to each his own.
okay, Sister Tina, explain what's wrong with being a Greek organization. Here's my thing. It's either nay or yay to me because I don't mess with none of this shit because I'm black all day. But I just feel like knowing black people, sometimes we build things to mirror white people because we're trying to get to where they are. To me, it's that simple. It's kind of like why we have black people with blonde hair when we don't come with blonde hair. We weren't born with blonde hair. But shit, we think, well, she got blonde hair. I can have blonde hair. I think sometimes we make this shit too deep. Like if something's a secret society, we wouldn't know about it because other groups hold secrets. We the only group talking about the
Yeah.
Illuminati, but everybody else got supermarkets, restaurants, banks, stores. 7 out of 10 homes are owned by them and all kind of shit. And we over here talking about this is a secret society. Who gives a shit? You can't keep a secret because if it was a real secret society, y'all be building by now because you can pull all your resources. No, we want to be a part of an organization so we can go to a what do you call it, a convention to meet other motherfuckers, and then we gonna give the white people $20 million to hold a convention that they got in place. The shit is crazy.
Mm,
Like, so I don't
mm.
exactly know. That's why I'm saying the people that I know that are in sororities, okay, to them is a networking thing. I've never heard them say we're having a secret meeting. Shh, can't tell you about it. I never heard my cousin say that. Never. I know they pay dues and shit like that, but I mean, she's a staunch Christian. Been a Christian her whole life. Go on, Khadijah. Tasha giving us some information. Thank you, Sister Tasha.
Says Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, aka, is the first intercollegiate historically African college, African American sorority. The sorority was founded on January 15th, 1908, at the historically Black Howard University in Washington, D.C., by a group of 16 students led by Ethel Hedgeman Lau. Forming a sorority broke barriers for African American women in areas of where they had little power or authority due to the lack of opportunities for minorities and women in the early 20th century. Alpha Kappa Alpha, and it keeps going. So, yeah,
Okay, I can't.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
So
all it is.
because because as I was thinking, sometimes we create things so that we can have our own, and then years later it becomes something else. You know what I mean? Like I know the Elks Club. That's a secret society. Do they worship the devil in there? Because it's the Elks Club and it's exclusive people that
They
go to it.
party.
Like the Masons, a lot of the Masons they sit on. A lot of them are deacons in the church. So is that against Christianity too? I'm just curious. I'm just I don't know. It's just a question. Tina said, for me personally, I'm not Greek. I don't feel spiritually connected. I get that. I get that. And they
I
probably
fuck
done
with it.
flipped it
Yep.
and it's more African than Greek. You know what I'm saying? It probably has started off as a Greek symbol, but they probably do more ritual because all them steps and shit, that's African. Those are African
Yeah,
movements. That
I'm
ain't got
saying,
shit to do with
ain't
Greek.
no Greek
You know what I
stepping.
mean? So we
Ain't no
take
Greek
steps and we kind of
stepping.
make it to them. Now, girl, you preaching right there. But yeah, we have so many different smaller groups. I don't, people, I don't know a lot of people. I know some people in sorority, a lot of people went to school with, one went to college, and and they cool and chill. I don't know what they worship, but like I said, to each his own. And the Eastern
Yeah.
Star. Yeah, the Eastern Stars too. Yes, it is because my mother was part of it. My stepfather was a Mason, my brother, and there were things that my brother could not explain to us when my mother died. There were things that he was doing that we were not allowed to be a part of, so I don't understand. Yeah, that's a secret society. And a lot of them are front and center in the church. No, they ass be in there partying. Yeah, okay, they partying. You ain't never lied. Them frat
That's
parties
what
be
I
on and cracking.
said. That's what I
Yep.
said, Khadijah. So I'm gonna say I don't know. I think that sometimes people love to quote that Bible, but I'm willing to bet you if we looked at this person's background, she probably doing some shit that's against that Bible too. I think that's what always gets me sometimes with religion, and I'm not just not Christianity, but just we'll be like, it says this, the Quran says this, and this, and dude, you be like, dude, it say you shouldn't cheat on your wife, but you're doing that shit. It say you shouldn't smoke whatever, cigarettes, but it says a lot of shit, but you're gonna pull out some. I think sometimes it'd be a lot of jealousy. Like I think sometimes it'd be a lot. Because let me tell you something. It was people in those sororities that helped people get their first fucking job.
That part.
I don't know people who did that in the Christian church unless you knew somebody. I
That
just feel
part.
like I think black people are always constantly in a state. Um, they're like always constantly in a state of having to catch up. So we keep trying to form these little groups. Shit, we do that in Sacramento. We got our own little cliques based upon
Yep.
I went to college, I'm in a sorority, I work at the state. I'm the first black ED of I don't know, a mushroom plant or some shit. They ain't never had a black I mean, we make up all kind of shit to be like, we're in this exclusive group. What we're doing is exclusive. And y'all motherfuckers don't own no bank, no supermarkets, no hospitals, nothing. Y'all can't help black people buy
That
a
part.
cardboard box at the plant in your backyard. Fuck out of here. Like I just feel like, okay, girl, I hope that the sister who denounced the sorority, maybe something happened to her I don't know about. But please don't act like it's all of them. Just stop the fucking madness with this
Well,
shit.
the sister that denounced the sorority, it wasn't her that made the comment. It was her mama, who's probably from a different generation, who anything outside the church was considered witchcraft or some demonic shit. You know what I mean? They just, it's a different
Yeah, that
age. You know
shit
what I
is
mean?
so
So, but yeah, she
irritating.
didn't. And then we don't know
That,
what the hell they do in their secret society. So I
I'm about
mean,
to say, I don't
she
know.
know maybe she didn't like it no more.
Yeah,
Maybe she outgrew whatever it was, because it's sometimes they got rid. We see all this shit now with Hollywood. You got to suck a
yeah,
dick to get put on. We don't know what happens in the
that's
rituals.
true.
Maybe she's
That's
tired.
true.
Maybe she's tired of having to do the ritual. She's grown up now, or and
So,
it's a certain time in her period and it's over with. So
look, I
maybe
agree.
she's done. Kim, I
I
replied to
agree.
you. Keep me posted about Jackie. Tasha said, I agree.
Yes,
Historically, groups
please.
were formed for us to unite with each other, stand with each other. But like said, over time, it started to shift and the origin is lost. Absolutely. Um,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
any
Yes,
other comment? Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yep. Yep.
I was gonna say too, Khadijah, what I was gonna say too. I think the bigger question for me when I hear these things, what was happening inside of yourself that you even wanted to join
And
some
make you
shit like?
join.
See, when they was doing the hazing, I didn't understand that. Now that's what I didn't understand about
Yeah.
sorority. Why would you need to
Ain't
beat
nobody
my ass
throwing
and
powder
be in
and
your
water and
club?
shit on me.
Yeah, like
And
why
ain't
are these?
nobody throwing powder and water and shit on me. Like, we're not doing all that. I'm not running through the jungle with some drawers on or some shit and be bougie. Now, that's been my experience. A lot of sororities and fraternities. They are very bougie, bourgeoisie Negroes. That's what they use. A lot of them are.
They
A
be
lot of them
bougie
are
and,
that way.
and they be bougie and in debt,
Yeah,
bougie
that
and
part.
broke. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, so
Like, come
yeah.
on. But that's all I'm saying. So I'm not join
And
whoever. But that always bothered me that you would let somebody haze you to belong to them. That's like joining the gang. You
well,
gonna beat my
you sit on here all the time and you say we are lacking culture and identity. You say that every time that we're on. So motherfuckers that's joining that are looking for culture and identity, somewhere to belong, someone to feel like they belong, somebody to care about them, to feel a part of something. It's something lacking in them to be getting hazed and to be put up with shit like that, or have somebody, I know y'all all seen School Days. Okay, classic.
Yeah.
About sororities and
Yeah.
fraternities, the colorism, all that shit. I look at the little step thing. I
But that
follow
was Spike
somebody
Lee's
on
life,
Instagram.
though. That
I
was
like
his
the
life.
little things. A lot of the people that are higher up, or like there's like the grand dames of the show, I don't know what their name is. They're all light skinned and older yellow women. It's not by accident.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just my
All right,
thing.
we're gonna speed through this down because we got like 5 minutes. I'm trying to get some quick questions. This right here says Arizona Republicans advance bill to allow ranchers to kill migrants trespassing. What is y'all thoughts on this? They
I
got
have
quiet as
mixed thoughts
motherfucker.
on this.
Talk to me.
Okay, they're gonna say some people. Hold on, let me read Tasha real quick before we go on. Tasha
Okay,
says some
Sam.
people want to be part of something, but they do not know what their sorority stands for. People should look at what they are doing versus wanting to be a part of a group of non-producers. Not calling these sororities are just in general. Yeah, I agree with that. I
I
agree with
agree.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
Um,
I'm right there with
my my thoughts are, I don't know if y'all watching the news, but a lot of death is happening in these states where the
you.
migrants are. They're committing a lot of fucking crimes. They're raping people. They're killing people. Crime has went up. It's like they let the worst of the worst over this motherfucker. So, I don't. If I worked all my life for my land and my cattle, and I'm doing all of this, and somebody can just come across the border and take, what makes them different than the black men that they shoot for no reason? This ain't really my fight, to be honest with you, because we get killed all the time for being on the wrong block, or driving up the wrong street, or pulling over on the wrong street. So I don't know. I think it get ugly, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I've been keeping up with the black people in New York and in Chicago, and this is another ploy to yet try to destabilize black people. I don't think it's about a political party because I'm kind of done with that shit. Because to me, I just have to go with who I can understand. I don't want the lesser of two evils. I can deal directly with evil because I know how to sidestep that shit. I don't want no frenemies. Frenemies are dangerous. So I feel like, I don't live in Arizona. I don't live in Arizona. I don't live in Arizona. So that's my thoughts on it. Do y'all have any thoughts on that? We brought that up, kind of throw that in there. I don't know what y'all thoughts are about the migrants in these cities and why people always want to come to us and
We
act like it's our job to fight for fucking everybody. We can't even fight for our motherfucking selves. I'm not fighting for nobody else. I'm done.
Tina has an opinion. She said, I don't feel death is the answer. I feel like the borders need to be regulated better, but at the same time, there needs to be a sense of humanity.
I get
It
that. I don't live on the
just
border, so
halfway.
I ain't gonna.
That's why I say I don't know to shoot
Yeah.
them dead, but I see. It depends on what kind of migrant it is. If it's somebody trying to come do harm to me, it's gonna be you before it's me. And a lot of them don't come in peace. If they
They
come in to
sure the
rob
fuck
and steal, or they don't. So, but that's why I said it would depend on the situation. If somebody came to my door humbly and they was, live across the street and they were migrants, they needed something, if you gonna kick my door in and take what you want out of my house, like fuck no, like where'd they do that at? And it seemed like that's what's happening a lot, because the worst of the worst are coming over here. And
yeah, that's
America's the
good.
land of the free, and everybody over here got money, so I'm gonna go take whatever I want. No, the shit, you're not. No, hell no. So
Damn.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, I'm with you on that. What about this next case? I'm kind of doing a ding, ding, ding round. Tina said I can see that.
I can see that. Descendants of black entrepreneur demand return of family land from Santa Monica. Y'all know how? Yeah, that's. I hope they get the shit back. I
I
really
do
hope
too.
they do. Um, because that's some prime land. White people know what they're doing. They know, they are so calculated in what they're doing. Like that's probably some prime real estate, y'all, on the beach. Some shit that they making millions and goo gobs of money off of, that they probably got illegally. So I hope they get it back.
I do too, sissy. I really do. I really do. I feel like I think everybody should make a claim. Like if you know your grandfather had some land or grandmama and then white people took it, take all these motherfuckers to court. Just take them to court. I think we should just flood the system and be like, this doesn't make no sense.
And that's why it's important if we have property, we have ownership, and you could be in the best bill of health, y'all. Get y'all a trusted deed done, get y'all a will done, so that if you die, that shit don't go to the state. Sometimes people don't have anything in writing to say who's supposed to go to, and then when you die, they come swooping and get your shit so fast because it go to the state. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just, and if you Tanya on here, if T. Lee Brown's still on here, she does all that kind of work. But they got us so much in the past because a lot of black people probably didn't even know about stuff like that. You know what I mean? They didn't know. Some people don't think they ever going. They you could be in a horrible car accident. You gone. State got your shit because you didn't leave nobody. You know what I mean? So I hope they get the shit back. So the as I said, I believe that's what they're doing, and that's why we're finding out more and more about black families on and all over California. Get your money. Get your money. Yeah, get your money. There was a documentary on Netflix about this. A family fought for their land. You know what it's called, Tasha?
Yeah,
Because you know I stay on some documentary. I watch documentaries all day.
right on.
But
Here's
yeah, I hope they
another.
get their land.
I do too, because I really, really do. So, what do you think about what's going on with Russia and the new law that they passed?
Yeah, so the LGBTQ movement is officially banned in Russia and labeled as an extremist movement, punishable by up to 12 years in prison. So we talked about Ghana last week, who banned it. You can go to jail, it's against the law. Now we're talking about Russia, who's banned it. It's against the law to even talk about this shit, to post it, anything is against the law in Russia. What are y'all thoughts on that? Me personally, I don't know about going to jail for it, but you should not be able to pump it out to people or try to infringe other people. If you're gay, do you? I don't care if you sleep out of your bedroom. But when it becomes in all your TV shows, your commercials, you see same sex when it's taught in your schools, when everything you turn on is same sex, same sex, same sex, and you see more of that than you do heterosexual couples, that becomes a problem. So I agree that it should be some put this shit back. I'm not saying put it back in the closet, but contain it once again because it's out of control. It's out of control. The movie is called Descendant. Okay, I think I seen it. I'm gonna write that down. Thank you, Tasha.
She told us about it. She told us about it.
What you think,
Um,
Riggs?
I think in the world you have the left, the right, and then there's the middle and all shades in between.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Russia is watching the US, watching how they just push their agenda over people. And I think
Going down
they
the
see the
goddamn
hand
drain.
Yeah, I think they see the handwriting on the wall. I think Ghana's seen the handwriting. I think a lot of places have seen the handwriting on the wall. And I feel like it seems like, and it's not like an everyday gay person, I don't think, but I think that sicko people we're learning about in Hollywood, because I do think there's some linkages in the abuse of women and people preferring the same sex when it comes to men. And the abuse of women, I think there's some linkages there. And I feel like it'd be different if you was doing you, but you didn't use that to impose on other people, abuse
Abuse
other
people or
people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
I
there's
agree.
some linkages there. So sometimes you're looking at, oh my God, 12 percent. I don't know about all that because that's their country. I'm not talking about the one. I don't live in Russia. I live here in the US. I live in California, the most liberal state who let anything go, will not protect the girl being a girl, will protect the boy being a girl. This is some crazy shit. And all I'm sitting back and saying,
Mm-mm-mm.
well, nigga, you have a lot of examples, Mr. President over in Russia. You have a lot of examples right now. And you can see the unfairness because this is white men wanting to do whatever they want to do. Because if this is about black men being gay or whatever, they wouldn't have a chance in hell. But because he's a white man wanting to be a fucking tree, a lamppost, a third eye, and all that kind of shit, they're gonna push it through on everybody. And regards to if you don't agree with it or not, when somebody don't be there, that's like me offering a Muslim a pork chop. I know these motherfuckers don't eat pork, so why would I offer it? It's fucking disrespectful. How crazy it is. And then it's like some way they kind of show up as bullies, and you can't even
That's
respect the
exactly
person.
what they show up as.
I don't want to call you her or he or
They want to
her
be they
when we
want
know
to
you
be
a he.
respected. They want to be respected and called by their pronouns, but they don't want to respect the fact that I don't give a fuck about their pronouns and I don't want to talk about it. And it's not my
Yeah,
business. So I'm right there with you. Sister Belazar said I agree with that. It shouldn't be shoved down anybody's throat if that's what they want to do. I just know that God's got the last thing. I'm going to love everybody like He asked me to do, but don't shove nothing down in my throat. Yeah, like it's
yeah,
just it's too much. It's too much. God has got the last say. Absolutely
yep.
does. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know,
And they
y'all. I
confusing these
just
poor
feel
little
like
kids where they got a fucking transgender uh man That used to be a woman and they got a full beard and they pregnant. It's confusing the shit out these kids. Kids don't know what's going on. A man cannot get pregnant. That used to be a woman, baby. She got a uterus and ovaries and she's having a baby. But she got a full beard, yeah, because she took hormones. But that's a fucking woman. Only a vagina can produce a baby. Man can't
You
squeeze no
said you got
baby
a
out of his
full beard.
balls
I
nor his
just scared
penis.
you could be just sorry.
They got a full. It's so weird. Like I feel bad for the kids
Oh
growing up now
shit.
because this shit is crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I feel like I definitely think we read about a lot of things in the Bible, but this shit is real. And I don't know if it's Solomon Gomorrah was real, but I feel like we living in the shit. Just my opinion. Just
We living in
saying.
something.
Yeah, because
Do
this
you
shit
have
is
the last thing you
crazy.
just want to talk about where the college students raise money to
Yeah.
send their
That
dorm?
where we at now? Yeah, that's our
So
last
these
thing. Go
college
ahead. See this?
students, I think they were in Rhode Island, I believe. They security for their dorm has not seen his family in I don't remember the exact number of years, but they raised $20,000 and surprised this man so he can go to Nigeria to see his family. And I was like, there are still good children in the world that are trying to do the right thing and have a. I think somebody said we can't forget about humanity. That might have been Sister Tina McLean, um, but this is humanity. This is love right here. He protects them, make sure they're good while they're in college so they can feel safe and do their studies and live the college life. Because college is about learning, but also about having fun and growing you know, and he protects them. He's a dorm security, and they raised $20,000 to send him home to Nigeria. And I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And I used to work with a few Nigerians, and I know a lot of them that are over here that work jobs like this. They usually send their money home to their family. That's why they can't go back and visit as much because they work 2 to 3 jobs, so they can send some home to their family and then live off the rest. So he probably couldn't even afford to go home. So I think that's absolutely super dope. Um, super dope. City said that's awesome. This is a beautiful story. Sister Melazar said the Bible prophecy we are living the last days. If you don't believe that, then look around and see what the crazy is going on. It's getting worse and it's not getting better, people. So true. Amazing. Yeah, that was a good story when I saw it. This was like, because we always showcase kids acting, and then we usually would have a story about somebody fighting in the dorm or somebody being murdered in the dorm or somebody, something tragic happened. This is a nice story about some college students that love the security guards so much for keeping them safe. He probably cool as hell. They probably done forgot their cars and getting their room, all kind of stuff, and they're sending them home. So love the hearts of our kids. Yeah, we got some good kids out here. We got some fuck ups that need some guidance, but we got some good kids out here in the world. We really do. We really, really
And I
do.
think we got more good kids. We just give so much energy to that bad kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them doing stuff like that. And so that they can say thank you to this person
It
that
goes
put their life
unheard.
on the line. But they say,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I'm grateful for that. And it looked like it was a whole bunch of different kind of kids, black kids, white kids. Like
Absolutely.
that was
Mm-hmm.
that was absolutely beautiful. So um that's it. Well, that's all we got tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep us on this time frame. I think I did better this week.
We mu- we have more good kids than bad kids. It's just that the bad always outshines the good, so we must promote the good stuff constantly to reassure us. Amen. I agree. I totally agree. Well, we thank y'all for tuning in. Always a great conversation. Love the feedback. Love coming on here talking to y'all every week. Even when I be like, I don't want to go on. Time I get on here, I just be pumped up talking and ready. So thank y'all for tuning in. We truly appreciate. Um, your glasses is fine. Now you're making them crooked. Your glasses is fine.
Yeah, they looked like
Y'all.
they was
So
cooking like
right. So we didn't ever get to any of the upcoming events happening. Do you have that yet or no?
no, we'll do that next week.
Okay. We don't have that.
Cause
All
ain't
right. Well,
nothing
you
happening.
guys have a good night. And remember, do something special for yourself because you deserve it. Ladies, it was good when I enjoyed you as always. I learned quite a bit today. So thanks for being the young teachers. Oh, thank you for sharing your knowledge. You always bring energy to us. I don't, to me personally, I don't have a lot of older women in my life because, we live in Philadelphia and a lot of older women that I knew have passed on that was like mother figures so it's good to be on here, Sister Belazar, with you and getting that wisdom from you. I truly appreciate you tuning in. I really, really do. We need different generations to learn. So
That's
I
right.
got it.
That's right.
Y'all have a
Well,
safe
thank
week and be blessed, be great.
I holla.
Aha.
Okay, now I lost my place on the thing.